Hi guys, welcome to session 2 of Adobe Illustrator. This should be the screen that I left you with the last time. So your document has been set up, you're working with an A4, you've got a bleed around your document, you've named your document, so you are good to go. Before we start with any designing or making any artworks, we need to familiarize ourselves with the interface of Adobe Illustrator. So the screen that you're currently looking at, that is called your interface. On your interface, you have a couple of different panels that you will be using throughout the designing process. Right at the top, we have our menu bar. So here you will have lots of different drop downs. Should be familiar for you because it's pretty much the same as what you get in Word or in Photoshop or any other programs that you use. The one that you will be using most is your little window drop down here. Because within your window drop down, you've got a lot of panels that you will have to access as you design, like your color swatches or your layers, your brushes, your alignments. I'm going to be going over the majority of these as we need them. Don't stress about them too much at the moment. As we need them, I will go into our window and I will tell you which ones to open, but those only happen in later sessions. Today, we're only looking at menu bars, tools panels, control panels, and things like that. So this is your menu bar. Whenever I refer to your menu bar, please go to this top panel over here. The next one we will be using often is your control panel over here. Your control panel will change as you change your tools that you're working with, and also when you change the workspace's presets, which I will show you how to do in a little bit. So this is your control panel. Whenever I refer to the control panel, please remember that that's this area just under your menu bar. On the left-hand side, you find your tools panel. This is very important. These are all your tools that you will be working with. Mine is currently set up that all my tools are on my toolbar. Yours might not be. I will show you how to add tools in just a moment so that you have access to all the tools that Adobe Illustrator offers. Please note that some of your tools on your toolbar have a tiny little arrow in the right-hand corner if you hover over the tool. In these cases, it means that there's more options hidden under this tool. So these aren't the only tools that you can use. There are hidden tools under the tool that you see at the moment. How do I access them? You click on your tool so that it becomes a dark gray, which means that that tool is now active. Click and hold the mouse in to access the drop-down menu, which would show you all the other tools under the active tool. Okay, so that's just to know how to access all your other tools. Line tools would all be under your line, or your shape tools, all the shape options over here. But don't worry, we'll get to tools in one of our sessions to come. So that's your toolbar. It can be dropped down like this as well, or hidden on the side panel. So all your tools would then be featured beneath each other. That's if you're working with a really big design and you wanted to take up this whole space. I never work with my tools hidden underneath each other like this because I like all my tools to be active at the same time. So I prefer a double row, but that's up to you. If you are looking for any tool and you cannot find it on your toolbar, which can happen sometimes, right at the bottom of your toolbar over here, you will find 3 dots. If you click on the 3 dots, it will give you another menu from which you can choose extra tools that might not be active on your toolbar at the moment. My toolbar consists of all the tools that are available to me because I like all my tools to be active. But if yours is not, you will simply click on the tool. So let's say my pen tool isn't active. You will click on it and you will drag it onto your toolbar and you will let go and it will be there. Mine won't do this, because all my tools are active at the moment. Okay, cool. There's lots of tools on your toolbar, and we will go through the ones that you will need to make your design or your artworks. We will also go through your colors over here, or your draw modes that you will use while you design, but those only come in later sessions. Then we move on to our document window. The document window is this area over here, so this whole light gray area with your A4 on it. Your document window is where we do the actual designing or creating of our artwork. Please note at this stage that you may make use of this whole area when you design or when you create an artwork. I'm going to show you an example quickly, just so that you know what I'm talking about. I'm currently on my rectangle tool. If I draw a rectangle or a square over here, I can see it. And I can now go and edit it. I will teach you how to do whatever I'm doing at the moment in sessions to come. But I just want to show you that I can edit this shape and move it around and change the colors. I can do anything on the side here, on the light gray area. But please note, whatever you do or whatever you edit here on the side will not print. Only when you take your design and you place it on top of the white area, your paper or your artboard, whatever you like to call it, once you place it on here, it is now active and it is now part of your design, and now it will print. So you can edit on the white area. You don't have to use the light gray area to edit. I prefer, if I'm working with a lot of elements at the same time, and I've already got a design on my artboard, I like to use my gray area to design, and then once I've got the design that I want, I then take it and place it on my artboard. But that's up to you, and you will have to practice and see what works best for you. Okay, so that is the document window, is this whole gray area. If I refer to the document window, then you will know that I'm referring to the whole area in which you can design. This white area is what we call our art board in Adobe Illustrator. You should know it as your A4 white piece of paper. In Illustrator, it is called an art board. Here on your toolbar, you have an artboard tool. If you click your artboard tool, it will activate this artboard. So you can see that there's a square around it. It means that you are currently working on this, and this is called artboard 1. If you are now in your document, and during your presets, you said you only wanted one artboard, but you've changed your mind, or you want to work on multiple artboards, that's not a problem. You can go to your artboard tool and add another artboard by simply dragging your artboard tool, and you will have another artboard. We will talk about custom sizes and things like that a little bit later on in other sessions. For now, this is fine. We are just going to work with one artboard. Okay, perfect. Then on your right hand side over here, this is what we call your panel system. Your panel system will change regularly while you design, because it is all about what you're currently needing at the moment. So if I'm working with a shape or multiple shapes, which I'll also teach you how to do, and I want to work with colors, then my color guide would obviously be active at that stage within my panel system. So this whole area over here is called your panel system, and this is called a panel. You can click and drag your panels out as you require them. If you're working with something that requires a lot of color or color swatches or things like that, then I normally place whatever I need separate from the other panels so that I have it here to work with whenever I need it. So if I'm going to be working with colors a lot, then I would have that active. Okay, but just so that you know, on the right hand side over here, that is called your panel system. Whenever I refer to panels or panel system, you know where to find it. Okay, then right at the top over here by my mouse, it currently says Essentials. That's what we call our workspace jump menu. So our workspace jump menu is presets that Adobe Illustrator has set up for us to make our lives a little bit easier. Mine is on Essentials at the moment because I think for the basic Illustrator, or what I'm teaching you, Essentials is the best option. That means that only the essential tools or panels or things are active at the moment. There's a couple of different ones, so you can click on your Essentials tab's arrow to give you a drop-down menu. This will then allow you to activate a different workspace. So let's say you are more on the design side of things and not necessarily an artist. You would then be used, at some stage, you would have to use typography. If you click on typography, it will change your workspace. Your toolbar doesn't look the same anymore. Your panels are completely different. They've given you, if you just click on these little arrows, everything you need over here that has anything to do with typography. Your character designs, your paragraph designs, open type, everything you might need to assist you with typography. If we go to something like painting, if we activate that, it's going to change your panels over here again. This is my preferred window to work with. I like the painting side of things. So it will open your swatches for you, libraries, which I will teach you how to create your own libraries in color as well. And I will also teach you how to make your own color swatches, which is really awesome to do. It will give you your eyedropper tool, which you can change the color of your shapes using your CMYK spectrum. I will teach you all these things, so don't stress about it too much at this stage. Here at the bottom, it will give you all your options for your brushes, your different types of strokes you can use, the symbols that are preloaded, which I think are pretty disgusting at the moment, but we'll have a look at them anyway. Okay, cool. So that is the whole interface of Adobe Illustrator. Now you know what all the different sections are called. All of these are also in your notes, so you can refer to your notes. I'm not going to do anything else in this session. I just want you to go into your Adobe Illustrator, if you have Adobe Illustrator on your computer at home, and go and play around. Play around with your presets here at the top. Look at what Essentials gives you. Look at what typography gives you. Don't be afraid. You're not going to break the program. You can play around. Also play around with your toolbar here. Look at other tools that you have available. Add them to your toolbar. Take away. Just play around. The best way to familiarize yourself with Adobe Illustrator or any of the Adobe programs is to go and play around with the interface. If you've moved anything around and you're not sure where it is now, try your Essentials or try your workspace jump menu here at the top, because it will take you back to the way it was. Or otherwise, your window panel as well. If you've lost anything, you can also go to your window panel and go and look if it's not maybe here, like type or symbols or swatches. They're all under your window panel anyway. Okay guys, go play around with your Adobe Illustrator, and then I will see you again in session 3.